Hello, students. Let's do our assignment together. You need to get your math notebooks ready and always put the title on your notebook. This is 8th grade math, Unit 4, Lesson 13, Solving Systems of Equations. In the last assignment, we graphed systems of equations, and we found that where the two lines cross, the intersection is the solution to the system of equations. Today's learning goal is let's solve systems of equations. Now, last time we solved with graphing, but now we're going to solve using algebra. Okay, let's begin. In your assignment, first, tell me how you feel about the learning goals. Circle how you feel. Okay, last time when we graphed the system of equations, how do you feel about that? I can graph a system of equations. So if I give you two equations, can you graph them? Or if there are two real life situations with a rate, could you graph it? Well, I'm pretty good at this, so I'm going to circle this guy with sunglasses. Yes, I can. How about you? Circle how you feel. And then for today's learning goal, I can solve systems of equations using algebra. Now, you haven't done that yet, but how does that make you feel? Are you worried? Are you okay with it? Are you feeling like a pro? Circle how you feel. Okay, this is slide 4 for you. I printed it so that I can show you how to take notes on this a little faster. Slide 4 for you, though. Give me a second while I get that up on my screen. I want to make sure I'm right. Slide 4, right? Okay, it is. Now on slide 4, there are two equations given. And both of the equations are graphed. So here's one equation and here's the other equation. I hope you remember the golden equation. Y equals mx plus b. Don't forget the the slope-intercept form of an equation is y equals mx plus b. You'll need to remember that in this assignment. Please remember that m equals the slope of a line and b equals the y-intercept. Anyway, looking at these two lines, okay, read the directions. Always read the directions carefully. Use the lines to decide whether each statement is true or false. Be prepared to explain your reasoning using the lines. Okay, statement number 1, is it true or false? A solution to 8 equals negative x plus 10 is 2. Okay, well, look at the line, and you're going to need to recognize that this negative x plus 10 is the same here, negative x plus 10, but they substitute in 8 for y. You need to recognize that. Here is where the y in the equation is, but they used 8. Now, a solution, that means the value of x, and that's the answer. The value of x that makes this equation equal to 8. Listen again, the value for x that makes this equation equal to 8. And they're saying it's 2. Is that true or false? Okay, so what we can do is look at the line. And when y equals 8, is x really 2? Okay, go to the y8. Oh, look, it's right here. They have it already on the graph, and they're showing you that this point on the line has coordinates x equals 2 and y equals 8. So, is the solution 2? Yes, because that is a point on the line. But wait, I want to show you how to find this with your math skills. In case they didn't give you the graph, or if you don't believe me looking at the graph, then just do the math. I'm going to write it again. 8 equals negative x plus 10. Go ahead and write that down in your math notebook. And then is 2 with a question mark. Is that true or false? Okay, write that down in your math notebook. And now let's do the math. We have to solve for x. Then we can find what is x when y equals 8. Okay, solve for x. I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides. And I get negative 2 equals negative x. And I'll multiply both sides by negative 1 so that I can get rid of that negative sign. Remember, you have to do the same thing to both sides of the equation. That's the only rule you have to follow when you solve equations. So when I multiply both sides by negative 1, my negatives cancel out, and I finally get x equals 2. Da-ding! So yes, the answer for this one, it's true. Please tell me how you know it's true. So how did you solve this? It's true because it's a point on the line, or it's true because you did the math? Show me how you solved this in your assignment. Explain it. Okay, number 2, a solution to, and then here is the other equation, is 8. I'll write this again. A solution to 2 equals 2x plus 4 is 8. Is that true or false? I use a question mark. So is that true? Look at this equation, 2x plus 4. They substitute in a 2 for y. You need to recognize that this 2x plus 4 is the same as this 2x plus 4. But this y here, they substitute in 2. This is the y value. Okay, well, we can do the math and find out if x is equal to 8. Or I can look at the line, 2x plus 4 at y equals 2. 1, 2, x equals 8? No, x equals 8 is over here. Looks like that's a point on the other line, not this line. Make sure you're looking at the correct line. I'm going to highlight it right here. So I say no, false, because it's not on the line. Now I'm going to check with the math. So what is x if y equals 2? What is it? I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides, and I get negative 2 equals 2x. Then I'll divide both sides by 2, and I get x equals negative 1. So right, it's false. It's not 8, it's 1. Some students are behind in math class, so I think it's a good idea for me to give you a little review as we do this. Look at this first line here with equation y equals negative x plus 10. Remember that along this line, every point is a solution to the equation. Every point is a solution. But you've got to understand what that word solution means. It just means the answer for x and y. So at this point, the x and y value are related by this equation. And at this point and at this point, all of these ordered pairs, I hope you remember the lesson about ordered pairs. All of the ordered pairs are values of x and y that make this equation true. So we call them solutions. We could call them anything, but we call them solutions. The same is true along the other line. I'll draw the red dots to represent coordinates on that line. Coordinates on that line are called solutions to the equation. The solutions to the equation are just simply, very easily, the coordinates along the line. Now, don't forget the learning goal of the last assignment was to recognize where these two lines cross, they share the same point. That point has the coordinates that are the solution to the system of equations. Only where they cross do they share the same coordinates. Okay, let's keep going. That was just a little review. Pause the video and write down what I said if you need to. Next problem. This is slide 5 for you. So go ahead and write in your notes, whatever. And this is more true or false. Okay, here we have again the same. Y equals negative x plus 10. Y equals 2x plus 4. Okay, true or false? A solution to negative x plus 10 equals 2x plus 4 is 8. Look what they did. They put this equation equal to this equation, and they're asking us if 8 is a solution. They set this equal to that. You can see it here. I want you to pause the video and write that down in your notes. You have to do this by hand. Pause. Okay, now that you wrote this down, it says a solution is 8. That means 8 is the value of x that makes this true. Is that false or true? True or false? Does 8 work for this? Well, we can do the math and solve for x. Or we could look at the line. So we see that the x value here is 2, and we see that the x value here is 2. So if they're going to have the same x value, it would have to be 2, not 8. But let me check with the math. Okay, solve for x. I'm going to combine the like terms. So first, starting with the variable terms, I'm going to add x to both sides. So this x cancels out, and I get 10 equals 3x plus 4. Now I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides, and then I'll go over here. I get 10 minus 4 is 6, and that equals 3x. Now divide both sides by 3. I did that on purpose, so the 3 divided by 3 equals 1. 6 divided by 3 equals 2. So finally I get x equals 2. That is not x equals 8. So there's two ways that you can see this isn't true. If this equation is equal to this equation, then this is equal to this at the same x value, and that only happens at x equals 2, not x equals 8. And I proved it with math, because here x does not equal 8, it equals 2. Number 4 on slide 5. A solution to negative x plus 10 equals 2x plus 4 is 2. Yeah, it is. We know because we solved it with math. So that's true. That's true. So both equations have the same x value here. Let me say that again. Both equations are equal. That's what I want to say. Both equations are equal. This one equals that one at x equal to 2. Okay, keep going. This is slide number 6, but let me double check. Slide 6. In your assignment, this is the same as slide 6. I just printed it out. It says there are no, wait a minute, this is a true or false again, sorry, true or false. Make sure that you read the directions on every slide. When I'm giving you these notes, I assume you read the directions already. So true or false? There are no values of x and y that make y equals negative x plus 10 and y equals 2x plus 4 true at the same time. Is that true or false? Okay, look at the graphs, and I'm going to use highlighters in case there's anybody who's been lost and you just didn't understand until now. I'm going to highlight the equations and the lines. If you've been lost, y equals negative x plus 10 is this line right here. Y equals 2x plus 4 is this line right here. So it says there are no values of x and y that make both true at the same time. But wait, look at the point where they intersect. At that intersection point, they have the same value for x and y. X equals 2, y equals 8. So this is false. False. They have the same x and y value at the point of intersection. Ta-da! Okay, I explained my answer. Let's keep going. Actually, I'll make another video.